Hey everybody, this is Troy Alexander, and I am excited to be here tonight. This is Inspiration with, okay, Mom says she can't hear me on Facebook. Okay, just hold on everyone. All right. Okay, she says yes now. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hey everybody, this is Troy Alexander. Listen, I tell them thank you. So I am grateful tonight for everybody being on the call, being on Facebook Live, being on YouTube Live tonight. This is Inspiration with Troy Alexander. I'm excited. We have an awesome show here tonight. We have some awesome guests that are coming on the show. We have SAMINA MUGHAL, an international fashion designer that's going to be with us just in a few moments. Then we have ANIYA WOLFE, who's also going to be with us, a teen film director. I am excited that both of these amazing people are going to be on our show tonight. You don't want to miss this show. But before we get started, I'm telling you, this has been an awesome week. I am excited, and I am declaring something greater. I got up this morning expecting something greater. I walked out the house today expecting something greater, not knowing what's all going to happen, but it's about expectation. Listen, I am excited on this Saturday. Before we go into the show, I got to remind everybody, this Saturday we are having a motivational networking event. It is going to be at the Community Church of Island, 15 Montague Avenue in Island, New Jersey at 10 a.m. from 10 to 11:30. We have an amazing lineup. I'm going to be sharing a motivational word. We're going to be recognizing an amazing 10-year-old. Yes, you're going to meet this 10-year-old that has her own company. She's a CEO. She's an actress. She's a singer. Has her own music video. Listen, come out. I need you to come out and to support this amazing event. It's help to support our nonprofit. It's $5 to help to support our nonprofit organization, Called to Inspire Incorporated. I need you to come on. We have an amazing singer, Johnny. Listen, she is amazing singer. Come out. We're just going to have a great time and enjoy that morning. So I'm looking forward to everybody. All the information is on calledtoinspire.org. That is calledtoinspire.org. I am excited about great things to come. I got a few points of purpose before our first guest calls in today. Our points of purpose, and this is every week. Every week we just want to share some little points of information just to encourage you and to inspire you. I said before, this show is going to be there to support you, to encourage you, to uplift you, and to encourage you to take that step. My desire is I'm going to get people to call in, send me an email at inaminspiredtroy, and let me know that you made that phone call, that you sent that email. I said last week, I sent the email, I sent a message to Oprah. I believe that I'm going to interview Oprah one day. Listen, it's about opening your mouth and expecting what it is that you are saying and you are declaring right now. Point of purpose number one. There is a time to hold and a time to let go. Is it pushing you? Or is it pulling you? Listen, I'm telling you here tonight, you got to know what time it is, when to let stuff go, and when to hold on to some stuff. If what you're dealing with right now is not pushing you greater into your destiny and to your purpose, you might want to think about letting that go. It should not be pulling you in another direction, but everything that you do should be encouraging you and lifting you up and saying, what? I can make it. You can make it. It's going to be all right. Yeah, you might have fell down one time, but what? Get back up again and let's go. Because there is something greater with your name on it. And it's called destiny and purpose. And I'm here to let you know that everything you're dealing with has purpose. May not understand everything, but what you're dealing with has purpose that is designed to push you greater into your destiny. I got one more here. Don't just walk through the door. Start having a conversation with others who are also in the room. Let me say that again. Don't just walk through the door, but start having a conversation with others also that are in the room. Listen, I'm here to let you know, you can walk through the door, but when you get through the door, start having a conversation with everybody else in the room. Why? Because you'll get to know what they're all about, and they get to know what you're all about. I went to a fashion show on Sunday night. I walked into the door, and I was shooting backstage. And I happened to meet this amazing family. But it was only because I started to have a conversation. The mother had gone through some things. I'm hoping to have her on the show. The daughter was a model in the show. The other daughter was a makeup artist. The other son, listen, I'm telling you, it's about having a conversation once you get in the room. Don't just get in the room, but begin to let them know what you're all about, your purpose and your destiny. Listen, if you want to call into the show, it's 609-807-2492. 609-807-2492. If you want to ask me a question or you want to ask our guest a question, call that number. But I need you, Hamilton Radio. If you want to download the app, Hamilton Radio 3.0, and go to Hamilton Radio number 2. I'm excited here tonight. Listen, I walked into the room, and I began to have that conversation. And I'm telling you, that conversation is going to lead to something greater. Listen, open the door, but make sure you start having the conversation. Let somebody know, what is your dream? What is your vision? Listen, because if they don't know, if nobody don't know, how can they help you? It's almost time for our caller to call in. But listen, I am excited about everything that is about to happen. I went to an event on Friday night. And listen, let me tell you, I went to an event. I had my camera ready. I went there to support a young lady. And come to find out, they didn't have a photographer. And what did I do, Monkey Reuben? I took my camera. I said, you know what? Let me start taking some pictures. And I said, because you know what? I want to be a blessing to the young people that was in the room. But listen, you don't know who else was in the room. It might have been some billionaires in the room. But all I'm saying is be ready. When you are determined to get to where you want to get to, be ready. Whatever it is that you need to have in place, make sure it's in place. I'm not saying it's going to be from A to Z, but at least be from A to B so you can take that step. So I am excited about what is about to happen. And I'm so thankful. Again, 609-807-2492. I got a few more things that I want to share with you. Listen, I'm getting ready. Oh, we got a caller calling in. I'm ready. Hi, caller.
Hello. Hi, this is Samina.
Hi, Samina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Listen, everybody, you are listening to SAMINA MUGHAL. She is an international fashion designer, entrepreneur, whatever you want. She is it. She is amazing. She is awesome. How are you doing tonight,
I'm
Samina?
doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I am so excited that you are on the call with us. Again, if you want to ask Samina a question, 609-807-2492. Samina, tell me. I'm honored to collaborate with you for New York Fashion Week.
Absolutely.
Yes. Tell me, how did it all begin? How did it all start? Yes.
Well, I've actually been in the fashion industry my whole life. I mean, I live and breathe fashion. That's all I've ever known. And I've worked for a lot of major brands in Europe and in New York, and actually I've had clients all over the world, from everything from designing for them to technical design, teaching, consulting. And I had my own collection, and that kind of evolved into me showing my collection with other fashion week companies to actually producing my own shows. And it just kind of, that's how it started. Wow. And now, you know, we're just growing all over the world. And as you know, you started with me,
yes.
What was it, like a few years ago, and we've always worked together since. So it's a blessing to have you on the team.
Wow. Thank you, Samina. I so appreciate you. It's an honor to be with you. Listen,
Absolutely.
everybody, Samina does a show not just for New York, but also London too, right, Samina?
Right, absolutely, yes. So we started in New York, but now we're in London. We're going to Paris this year.
Wow.
We do shows in Dallas, Texas, and it's just going to keep growing because that was the whole concept of what I wanted to do. I never wanted to kind of limit myself into a box.
Wow.
And everything that I ever did was always on this bigger picture, you know, the whole world. I want the whole world to know who I am and what I do. And that's kind of how the whole global thing came about. And we truly are global. I mean, it's happening. We see it every day getting bigger and bigger.
Samina, I love what you said. You said you didn't want to limit yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's what those on Facebook watching live, or those on YouTube, or even those on the radio listening need to understand that you determined that you are not going to limit yourself.
Absolutely. You know, the thing is, not every day is easy, right? So I have a dream, and I dream really big, right? Sometimes my dreams are like,
wow.
May seem unrealistic to a lot of people. And they're probably thinking, you know, even when I wanted to become a designer, that wasn't really the preferred career for a lot of people because there were not real jobs back then, you know, and now it really is a career. And, you know, the way I see it is if you really want something, you got to go for it. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it because they will. There'll be a lot of people telling you no. And if you believe it, God will let you have whatever you want, but you just got to go for it.
I love what you said. Dream big. Dream big. I love it. I love it. Now, I know you had to face some challenges. I know down through the years you had to face. How did you overcome the challenges of becoming an international fashion designer?
Yeah, so the challenge is, you know, as I said, it's a very cutthroat industry. The fashion industry is very cutthroat. There's a lot of competition. I mean, to be a successful designer, there's only a small niche, and a lot of people want it, but not everybody's going to make it. So what do? You keep pushing towards that dream, and you diversify your career. So, like, I've really diversified in a lot of ways because whereas I love creating and designing, there was never a career for technical design. And in the industry, that's what I do with a lot of major brands. I'm actually a technical consultant. I do the technical design work for them, and I also teach. I teach at the Art Institutes. I teach students. And in a lot of schools, the curriculum wasn't even there, so I was creating a curriculum for students to learn this skill that is real industry standards, and not a lot of people know that because they kind of evolved into fashion through a hobby. But to work with a major brand, you have to really know those, the skills, the numbers that are involved in grading and so on and so forth. So yeah, well, keep moving forward.
Yes, and let me just say this again. Listen. We have a few more moments. If you want to talk to Samina, ask Samina a question, you can call in 609-807-2492 Hamilton Radio. Samina, I need to know what inspires you. What keeps you going? Because I know that it's a lot of work. Listen, you have a show in London, about to have a show in Paris. You have a show in New York in September. What inspires you and motivates you to keep going?
I just think that a lot of people tell me, yeah, you're successful, but I just feel I want to do more.
Hold on,
and
Samina, we have a caller
I
calling in,
want to
Samina.
help more people.
Hold on one second, Samina. We have a caller calling in.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Joy and Samina.
Yes.
Hi, this is Kathy Baker. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, hi, Kathy. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to call and give kudos to Samina for all the things that she's done for so many people don't have any clue about. But I was able to participate this last New York City Fashion Week in your event, and a lot of people don't know what you do for people like me. I'm one of a group of about 20 ladies who have advanced cancer, and you invited us to come and fulfill a bucket list dream, and it just meant so much to all of us, and just wanted to let you know how much that meant to us all. I mean, we're all sizes, all ages, all just from all paths of life, from all over the country, and even I think a few were from out of the country, and you just really did something very special for us, and I know that's part of your what you like to do. So,
honestly,
wanted to thank you.
For me, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. For me to make a dream come true for somebody else, that means more to me than to do it for myself. And and I'm just fortunate that I'm in that position to do that now. Whereas before, it was, and I just hope that God continues to bless, SM Global and all of our team, because I can't do it alone. It's with people like Troy and Edward and everybody else on our team that we're able to do this. And we have teams all over the world now. We have an amazing team in London. We have an amazing team in New York and an amazing team in Dallas, and it's just growing. So it's everybody collectively, and we're all doing this together to help so many other people.
I love it, Samina, and
we appreciate it.
Yes.
We appreciated it so much, and
thank you, Kathy.
Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Kathy.
And that's that's the heart. of SAMINA MUGHAL. Again, to have women and individuals that are battling with cancer, to have them come and be a part of the New York Fashion Week experience with SM Global Catwalk. The brand name that SAMINA has is SM Global Catwalk. I need you to follow SM Global Catwalk on Facebook, smglobalcatwalk.com, on Instagram. Follow it. Again, I'm honored, again, to be a part of it, SAMINA, and just your heart. And I love how you put God in everything that you do, and he's before us and he's helping. So I appreciate you, and I thank you so much. And we're just honored. We know that we have a casting call that's coming up, right? I think it's August 12th.
Right.
Yes, that's August 12th. Yeah. So you can find all the information on SM Global Catwalk, on Facebook. But just, SAMINA, just in the last couple of minutes that we have before we go into our next interview, is there anything else that you want to say to us? Listen, everybody, I am going to make sure I have SAMINA back for a full show. She was able to come on for a few minutes this time. Her class got canceled, and I'm so grateful that you took the time to come. Listen, this is the international. The shows you see on TV, Ruben and Monk, she has one. She has 2, 3, 4, and it's growing more and more. So, SAMINA, what else to all of our callers and our listeners and those who are watching, what would you say to them if they have a dream Yes.
What I would say to everybody is, if you have a dream, just follow it. Just go for it. Don't stop. There'll be challenges along the way, but just believe in God. If you want it so bad, you'll get it. Wow. And just always praise God and believe in it, and just move forward. Never look back.
Never look back.
That's my words.
Thank you, SAMINA, so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Take care. Bye-bye.
Listen, everybody, never look back. SAMINA said never look back. When you get your determination and you are focused on getting to where you want to get to, I don't have time to look back. I got to keep myself looking forward. Why? Because that's the direction where I'm going for. Keep your eyes and your vision and your purpose set on where you are desiring to be, whether it's education, whether it's a career, whatever level it is. I need you to open your mouth and say it and speak it, and so shall it be. But you have to get up and do something. Ruben and Muck, you got to get up and do something. Listen, I can say it all I want, but if I don't get up and take that step, it's going to be where it is, and it won't change. I heard somebody say before, listen, if I don't change, nothing will change. You have to learn how to change some stuff in your life. If you want some stuff to change, I got to change. You got to. We're going to change together. Why? I said before, we're going to grow together. We're going to get there together. We may cry together, but we're going to get there together. Why? Because this is purpose and destiny. Inspiration with Troy Alexander is about encouraging everybody to listen. You may not know how it's all going to work out, but start moving. You got to start moving somehow. Listen, I can have all the ingredients, Ruben and Monk. I can have my flour. I can have my water. But if I don't stir it up, nothing's going to happen. If I don't stir it up and put it in the heat, listen, that word just came to me. If I don't stir it up and put it in the heat, it's going to cause some tests and some trials to help you get to where you got to get to. I'm telling you, everything has purpose. Everything has purpose. Not only is there movement, but you got to put some heat to it as well. Listen, I'm excited. We're waiting on our next caller. Listen, you don't want to miss this. ANIYA WOLFE, the amazing teen film director. And I'm telling you, it's going to be an awesome next couple of moments. And we got a caller calling in. I hope that's her. Hi, ANIYA.
Hi, Mr. Troy.
How are you?
I'm feeling good. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, and even better now that you are on the line. I am so excited about you calling into our I am so excited to have you on our show, ANIYA. Listen, everybody, I need you to record this show. It's being recorded, but I need you to somehow put it in your archives, because ANIYA WOLFE is going to be the youngest film director to win an Oscar. I have already declared it to be so. How are you doing here?
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'm doing so well. I'm so grateful to be on your show. I really appreciate all the support from you. So to talk, I'm really happy.
You are more than welcome. How old are you, ANIYA?
I'm 16 years old.
You are 16 years old, and you are a film director. Is that right?
Yes, I am.
Not only is she a film director, she has written, produced, and directed and edited 2 short films and a feature film called Beyond My Skin. Listen, she is 16 years old. Now I understand in your bio that you founded your company, Beauty Scene Productions, LLC, and it said in 2016, so that at that time you would have been what, 14 years old?
I was 14 years old, and my mother helped me open the business to help basically proceed with my project.
What inspired you? What motivated you to even start to begin to do this type of work?
Oh, well, it's crazy. You know, it's a lot of different factors inspire me. I get inspired every day just by the world that surrounds us. But really, after learning the fact that over half of the world are visual learners,
wow.
50% of people are visual learners. And I just feel like we're constantly surrounded by visuals. You know, the humans depend on visuals to learn, your eyes. And it's very influential. And, visuals have such an impact on us. If you ever watched a movie that made you cry, made you laugh,
yes.
Made you feel all kinds of emotions, you remember it. And it makes you feel different. And I just really feel like filmmakers should use that to a positive end. So after learning that fact and just creating small projects and seeing, what that can do to somebody's day, the filmmaker has so much power. I think more power than, the president or any pope. That's actually a quote. We have the power to have hundreds of people in a dark room for 2 hours at a time. Wow. There's a lot of messages that can be communicated that way, and in an entertaining way. So that really inspires me to keep on going. And, basically exploit the power of film.
Wow. Listen, when did you know that it was okay to dream? Because you're telling me at 14 years old that with your mother's help that you started an LLC, a business at 14. When was it? 10 years old? Was it 5 years old? Was it 2? At what point did you know that it was okay to dream?
I think I learned it was okay to dream. I couldn't give you an exact age, but I can give you a feeling.
Yes.
My parents never really cut my wings, if you know what I mean. I was never really, filtered. And I'm really grateful for that. But usually, I don't know, when it's okay to dream. I mean, I was a kid, and it was just something natural. And I never, I have experienced no's, but the way my parents taught me is, no is just another way of saying yes, So you have to knock down barriers and just trial and error. But I was always a dreamer, but I just put action behind the dream and made it realistic.
Wow. I love it. Listen, you talk a lot about your parents, and I'm hoping, listen, everybody those watching live on Facebook and YouTube and listening on the call, I'm looking to have the entire Wolf family on our show one day, because I'm telling you, the entire family is amazing. They're phenomenal. And let me just say this. So what can you just describe for us? What support? Again, you talk about your mom and your dad and your entire family. What support did they give you to encourage you to go forward? Because I know you had to face some difficulties and some barriers.
It's really, very verbal. It's just,
wow.
They've never, they're basically, excuse me, they're very, they listen, and the first time I've ever gotten my camera was actually during Christmas time. They got me a small, actually, it was, this is crazy, just thinking back to it. My mom gave me her phone, and that's when I made my first piece. It was a small iPhone, and I made my little YouTube channel. And then from there, it just kind of grew. And even if you don't have the support of your parents, there's so many different avenues you can take to gain support.
Yes.
We have social media, and we have YouTube, and just so many different avenues are growing. And, all you really need, I feel like, is strangers and a sense of self. to really do what you want to do, what you want to love. You attract what you are, and if you're positive and you're determined, you'll attract positive and determined people, you know?
Wow, I love it. I love it. Listen, everybody, if you want to talk to ANIYA, listen, 609-807-2492. I need you to call in, 609-807-2492. It is your opportunity to ask a teenage film director. Listen, they were living on the East Coast. The family now lives on the West Coast. Can you just talk about your journey? You all moved, like you went to L.A. to pursue your dream. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And it's all through God, Mr. Troy. It's all, It's all prayer. It's all faith. Really, we made the decision, like, within 12 days to move across the country. We sold our home. We didn't have, a lot of funds, so we just drove. We used what we had instead of making excuses and waiting. You're just like, just do it. Like, what's stopping us? So we drove across the country. We picked our apartment. It was our first time ever in California, Los Angeles, any of it. Wow. We picked our apartment while we were there. And my dad had to drive back, and, we've been split for this moment of time. Mm-hmm. But I know that it's all a part of the journey. It's a part of the story. And we're literally in the beginning of the book. So all the hard times, it's just building, for the climax and the ending, the happy ending. So.
ANIYA, I love, this is the beginning of the journey. This is the beginning. I love it. I am inspired. I am inspired with Troy Ali. Listen, I am so excited about your journey. And listen, everybody, they sold their house, moved from the East Coast to the West Coast to pursue a dream. I'm going to say that again. They sold their house, drove to L.A. from Philly, and to pursue a dream. And they are living the beginning of something that's going to be awesome and amazing. I'm telling you, ANIYA, listen, I need you to make sure, now I don't know, because I know you're going to have a lot of pull, but I need you to make sure that they include me in the photographer's role when you walk the red carpet.
You'd be the first. Honestly, there's been so much support from Philadelphia, like from where I've started. Like right now I'm talking to you in my home city. And I can never forget, because the support doesn't only come from my family. Like the foundation is my mother and my father. But people like you who, leave those social media comments and they give their time, their time. You only have so much time in your world. And you give it to the project. There's been so many people who gave their services just to help us turn this vision into a reality, to inspire and influence others for positive change and reform in politics. So we're so grateful, and we can't wait to bring all those opportunities back to the youth here, because there needs to be more of it. Wow. So just thank you, King. Like, this is awesome.
Absolutely. Listen, everybody, I declare that I'm going to take this platform, Inspiration with Troy Alexander, and be a light, be a support to somebody to further their dreams and their passion. This is what this show is all about. Every Monday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I need you to watch this show. Again, if you want to ask ANIYA or myself a question, you can call in right now, 609-807-2492. Listen, if you want to email me, you can email me at inaminspiredtroy@gmail.com. Listen, ANIYA, I had a chance. Listen, I went to a viewing of ANIYA's film, and I was so amazed, and I couldn't make the big premiere, but I made the one that was a little bit smaller. But I was grateful that I was able to drive up to Philly and to be a part of that night, because you are truly an inspiration. How many young people, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, wish they could pursue their dream as you are? And like you said, this is only the beginning. Mm-hmm. Only the beginning. What do you have now? I know you're working on another project called 7 Projects with a Purpose. Listen, you are working with people that are teenagers, that are young, from all over the world, aren't you?
Yeah, all over the country. Yes. But the next one could be all over the world.
Yes, yes. Listen, she is working on a film. I mean, it's these 7 projects with a purpose.
Yeah.
You have didn't you recently get an award? You was
Yeah. So the 7 projects with the purpose is basically a project, and it's a series of short films.
Yes.
And it's 7 short films, 7 minutes each, with 7 different characters, 7 different stories. But they all are interconnected.
Wow.
See, each one of these teenagers, they know each other, but they all have different stories, and they all touch on stories that are prevalent in today's society, like immigration reform and healthcare and LGBTQ rights. And they're basically living what our peers, the people who surround us every single day, the most 7 common situations that surround us, and we have, little to no clue. So it's really just trying to open the viewer's mind and touch on perspective, because your perspective controls your life. The way you witness things, your perception is everything, your reality. So to see basically one grand story told from 7 different perspectives will give you insight on your own life, and will hopefully inspire compassion in you. And, we're based in an empathetic, I feel like, based society. So just strengthening those cores and understanding can do so much for you. So that's basically teenagers across the country we're getting together every single weekend. I was producing this along with my mom, and we were writing these 7 scripts. And I'm so happy tomorrow we're in production, our very first shoot day for our character Natalie. And we'll be shooting that together tomorrow. Our DP is a teenager. It's majority youth, but there's so much power in the youth, and I really wish that, everyone would understand and not underestimate us. Because it's not about simply age.
Everybody, listen, this is a milestone. ANIYA is on live with us on Hamilton Radio, and they're going into production on their first film in the morning. And listen, that's a 16-year-old talking. I mean, you sound like a full adult, someone who's been in the industry for years. When did you listen? I got to ask you this really quick. You said earlier that it all began sort of with your mom giving you her cell phone, and you beginning to do a YouTube and do some videos that way. Listen, there are so many young people out there saying we don't have the resources, we don't have the money, we don't have the equipment, we don't have. What do you say to them? What do you? Because you took a cell phone, and you started with a cell phone. So
I want to say I understand, and I actually devote, my talent, my craft to bringing awareness and light to those situations.
Wow.
But let's start with what we do have.
Come on now.
Again, it's all about perception.
Yes.
What do you have? What are you using right now to say those things? Your voice. So that's where you can start with. You can attend rallies. You can use your voice in the most simple of ways. You speak into existence what you want. So if you don't have these things, let's change our language and let's say, what do we want? We want this. We want this. Now we find people
making me say amen up here,
make a difference.
Don't you start making me say amen up in here.
Listen, and then there's power in people. There's power in numbers.
Wow.
So let's get together. If there's a situation that you need change, what's stopping you? Is it your fear? You create your own limitations.
Wow.
And it definitely grows. It's not an overnight process, but we're trying our hardest, and I'm praying, and I more people like like you who use their platforms and their arts to bring awareness. I say to the people who do have those privileges to take advantage of them in the way where we help the underprivileged.
Wow.
So, and that's basically the cycle, which would work. I hope that's my perception on things, but I love to hear other people's as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you said open your mouth, and I love what you said change our language. Ruben and Mutt, listen, ANIYA, I'm not even sure if you listened to the other shows or saw the other show, but we had already talked about on this show changing our language. We talked about I am going to be, I am this, I am, about Project I Am, and that's all that we've tried to do on the entire show. This is our 6th show. ANIYA, you are on our 6th show that we have. I walked in here, listen, I've never been on radio before. But now I got my own show. 6'6".
And I would never guess. I would never guess.
7,
you're so poised. You're just, you are. Like, yes.
8 weeks ago, I didn't have a show. I've never been on radio. I was interviewed one time by my brother Marco. And listen, from there, I began to have my own show. I am so honored and humbled and in awe. And I'm so glad that you are an example to encourage other people, especially young people. Listen, you can have a dream, but it's time to go get that dream. Open your mouth, change our language, listen, and begin to lay hold what belongs to us. God has already declared it for us. We just got to go get it. So I am excited and just thankful for all that you are and who you are. And listen, I know you're working on these 7 projects. Now, you're going to be in Philly for how long?
I'll be in Philly for the next couple of days. I couldn't tell you the exact date. I don't remember. But for the next, I want to say 4 days.
Okay. Awesome. Listen, this is, again, I say, this is an amazing family. If you need to follow them, follow the Wolf Pack. Listen, the Wolf family on Instagram. And how can we follow you? How can people follow you, ANIYA, if they want to reach you?
Oh, thank you. If you want to stay in touch with our journey, we have a couple different pages. So if you're interested in my personal, just teenage girl navigating through LA after moving type journey, my Instagram is ANIYA WOLFE. So that's ANIYA WOLFE, ANIYA WOLFE. On Facebook, that's ANIYA WOLFE BSP, which stands for Beauty Scene Productions. And if you want to follow our new project page where we have teenagers across the country on the page and updating with our project news, that's 7 Projects with a Purpose. 7 Projects with a Purpose on Instagram. I'm sorry, 7 Projects with a Purpose. 7 Projects with a Purpose on Facebook, and then 7 short movies on Instagram.
Wow. Listen. They have a whole book of ways that you can reach this amazing young lady and this amazing family. Again, their journey needs to be in a movie. You need to make a movie out of your journey. Listen, this family's journey from the East Coast to the West Coast by faith, trusting God, and pursuing a dream. And it is truly inspiring to me. I am honored to know you, honored to have met you, and I have to give credit to where credit is due. Sierra, I am thankful that I went to another event to support a friend of mine who was having a motivational session as well. And she's an author, and she was just encouraged. But she had some speakers there, and one of them happened to be ANIYA. And I got a chance to talk. Listen, I said earlier, don't just walk through the door, but when you get through the door, start having a conversation with those that's in the room. Mm-hmm. And so when I got into the room, when her speech was awesome, her motivation was amazing, and after it, we just started having a conversation, and we just started to hit it off. We just connected, and it was light and light just coming together, making something brighter.
Yes.
So it was awesome. Yes. And amazing, because I'm telling you, light is drawn to light. That's why I say to you, never give up hope. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on what it is that you're pursuing, because there's somebody else that's willing and desiring to connect with you to bring you higher than where you are right now. So listen, it was that moment that brought us to this moment. I'm telling you, it's just one moment that can change the rest of your life. And I am excited and thankful and humble that I met ANIYA, and then I met her parents, and then her sister and brother. And I'm telling you, you have to meet them. I don't know how we're going to do it. Listen, Ruben, I'm talking with the owner. ANIYA, we're going to have to bring Hamilton Radio on the road. We're going to have to bring Hamilton Radio out to L.A. because I got to...
Oh, man. Listen, if that's the goal, Mr. Troy, you'll get there.
Yes.
Go to LA, it'll happen.
Yes.
Like what you were saying earlier, yes, everything affects everything. Once you move with intention and you perform with purpose, you'll start spreading the way, and things will start happening. It's amazing. Laws of attraction. It is crazy to think about how we met and where we are now.
I know.
Right? It's incredible.
It really is. It truly, it was one moment. And that one moment connected us. And that connection expanded. Listen, everybody, listen, when you have purpose and dreams, you have to allow it to grow in you. Unfortunately, there are some people who don't have the support system and the network of people around them to keep encouraging them. But listen, this show, I said it from day one, and I'm going to say it on day 1,000 and 5,000. Listen, this show is about encouraging everybody that's watching live and listening on the call to be encouraged and to hold on to your dream. Never give up on your dream. I spoke last week, ANIYA. I said, I'm looking for 2 buildings. I spoke it out. I said, I'm looking for 2 buildings because I have this vision in my mind. One dealing with photography and one dealing with just a all-purpose place where I can have the pageant and I can have the service, everything that we're looking to do to encourage and uplift. I spoke it out of my mouth. And that's one thing that you do, ANIYA. You speak things. And I love that. That's why I said to you earlier when I opened the show, listen, everybody, you are talking to the film director, the next Oscar-winning youngest film director there ever was. So I'm just telling you, if you want to talk to it, you got a few more. We got about 18 more minutes, possibly about 15 more minutes, but 609-807-2492. You can call in and ask a question. Take advantage. ANIYA, what I'm encouraging everybody that's watching the show and listening, take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. If I had an opportunity to talk to you, ANIYA, I would pick up that phone. I would pick up that phone and say, and ask you anything and just comment on it. 609-807-2492. Listen, everybody, this is an opportunity. And I got just one thing to say now before I continue on. We talked about several weeks ago a scholarship that we were offering. Tonight is the deadline. $7,500 worth of scholarship to go to the New York Performing Arts Academy for a whole year, ANIYA. We were blessed. We met this mother-daughter duo, and they gifted it to us. But I told them what my dream was. I told them what my vision was. Can you speak to the power of speaking your dream, of speaking your vision? Because there is power in that. There is power in that. Can you talk to that, ANIYA, just for me really quick?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, just right along with seeing your vision visually comes along with hearing it.
Yes.
And, you know, it kind of ties in with filmmaking. If your film has no audio, then, you know, there is silent films, but audio is such a vital part of the filmmaking process, and I kind of look at films, you know, like life stories. So hearing it is so vital. Speaking it is so important. Your vibrations, you know, when you speak, you send out vibrations, and vibrations come back to you.
Yes, they do.
It's just the laws of the universe. It's
yes.
So it's very important to speak out what you want, and then as you speak it, you feel more confident each time you say it.
Come on
each
now.
time you say it, you feel more lively, and
yes.
you know, it's like a reality. And then, God forbid, you make eye contact with yourself in the mirror when you say it.
All right now.
It just changes for you.
That's
you know, those affirmations.
Yes.
Just speaking, I am, saying, I am this. When you wake up in the morning, I tell kids all the time when I meet them, and they ask me questions, I tell them what I do.
Yes.
You wake up and you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I am this, everything you want to be. You already are. Because if you say you're just going to, you know, you're just pushing it off to the future. So I am now, and then you will become. So it's just very, very important. And congratulations on the scholarship. That's incredible. That is such a blessing. I'm blown away, and I can't wait to see what will be done with the money. Money is power, and that's awesome.
Yes, yes.
Actions are power. So.
Yes, and I love what you said, I am, because you know I'm a big fan of Project I Am, and every morning, the Lord gives us a word to share, and I am just it is power in declaring what it is. Listen, Monk talked about, that's one of the owners. He said, listen, we're gonna get 500 million views, 500 million hits, 500 million. Listen, It's about speaking it into the atmosphere. And I've already said it. Listen, I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm going to be. Listen, what else can happen? It can only go in the positive if you say it. Because it's not going to push you
evolving.
Back. Huh?
Yes. We're constantly evolving, you know. We're constantly changing. So if you say, I am this in this moment, you are this. If you just keep saying, I am going to be, you're pushing it off to the side. I think that was a common habit. Yes. And, we tend to focus on the negative, like what we don't have. So what you want, act like you already have it.
Come on now.
You do. It's already in your future. You just didn't reach that point yet, you know?
That's
so you have to keep on saying it. You know, you're already here.
That's right.
And sooner or later, you just be pulled into it.
Come on now.
It's amazing. With
Come on now.
Power of the tongue.
I got to bring you on tour with me, ANIYA.
I'll tour with you, Mr. Joy.
I got to bring you on tour with me because we be a dynamic duo. I'm telling you. ANIYA and Troy and ANIYA. I'm telling you. And it's got a ring to it, too, just so you know. But listen, I'm thankful and I'm excited about everything that you just said. Everybody, you are listening to a 16-year-old. How many people of age don't talk like that? How many? Listen, this is about declaring it, and I love what you said about ANIYA, about keep saying it over and over and over and over and over, because there's power in repetition. Even the Bible said faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word. So listen, there is power in what you say. There is power in opening your mouth and declaring what it is. And I'm telling you.
And belief.
Yes.
Belief comes right along with that.
Come on
belief
now.
is like probably number one.
Yes.
What you feel, what you think, because like I said, your thinking is your perception. So if you believe that you are good, you believe this, belief is number one in anything. So believing, speaking, and then putting action behind it. I think those are three very important principles in pursuing your dream.
Absolutely. Somebody asked me one time, ANIYA, how did you know that you were ready to have your own show? And my answer to everybody listening right now, I really didn't. I just took that leap of faith. I just never had a radio show. Never had a show. Never been on the radio, but being interviewed one time, but never having my own radio. This is Hamilton Radio here. Listen, I'm just so excited about, and we have a caller calling in, ANIYA.
Oh, how exciting! Okay.
Yes. Hi, caller.
Hello. I have a question for ANIYA. I'd like to know Hello. I'd like to know how you convinced your parents to sell their home and move out to L.A., having not gone there previously.
Mm-hmm. Hi. Well, thanks for asking. So I didn't convince them. I actually just did, you know. I just put action behind it. Sometimes when we just, we speak and we just say what we're going to do, but when you actually do it and you're actually, making moves and you're actually grinding and you're actually, gaining attention and recognition for your work and you're actually doing your purpose, others, just outside of family purpose, like others will be attracted to you. When you walk into rooms and you just have that vibe, they just, when you're pursuing your purpose, you'll naturally attract that. And I think my parents started to pick up on that. And they saw I wasn't giving up. I wasn't making excuses for not having these resources. I just did with what I had, just did what I can. Wow. And I think that the actions convince them more so than just speaking, you know?
Wow.
And it might take time. It's definitely, thank you, it's definitely just not like an overnight, just 1 week kind of thing. Like, it took 3 years of just working with nothing to basically rile them up enough to have that enough belief in me. So it's been amazing, and it's definitely faith. But
amazing.
Yeah,
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paula. Thank you, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice night. That was really sweet.
Listen, everybody, I'm loving. I'm telling you, I don't know how we're going to do it, Ruben and Monk, but somehow we got to get this whole family on the show again. Like I said, maybe we have to do it by phone, but and just so you know, ANIYA, they can all be on the phone at the same time. But I'm just excited about this. Everybody, listen. ANIYA talked about how her parents saw. They didn't just hear what she said. They saw what she said. She wasn't just about speaking this and that's it. She was about doing it. They saw her doing her passion. And so I encourage everybody that's on the call watching, listen, you have a dream, you have a passion, go and do it. Just begin to take what you have. ANIYA talked about taking what you have and doing that. I've said that over and over on this show. I said I started with throwaway cameras back in the day, and then started with one camera. And listen, I remember doing events and weddings with just one camera. Take what you have and use what you have. No excuses.
And it's all about, that's amazing, because that's great, because that's a lot. I think a lot of, great people started, just the small thing they have. It starts with, a lot of it is self, too. How we talked about perception, but, like, your confidence in self. Yes. And I think, that's probably the biggest question I get with teenage girls is, how'd you get the confidence to do this, ANIYA? Right. I couldn't give you a direct answer because I think it's a different journey for everybody. It's very subjective. Wow. But you have to start with that little voice in your head. Yes. That little voice in your head. That's also your spirit. I think that's your soul talking. Yes. And sometimes it talks too much, and that's how we get stuck. We're in paralysis where we won't move because we have this voice in our head that's inflicting fear upon us, so we won't move and we won't grow.
That's right.
And it's common because the job of our brain is to protect us. So it's gonna push us against things that might cause harm, which might be stepping out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. But in order to grow, if you want to see the things that your dreams, you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to try new things. Yes. And the worst that can happen, don't let that voice in your head get the best of you, because you don't want to be lying. I try to think like you don't want to be lying on your deathbed and just think about, all the times you were laying in bed watching Netflix because you were too scared to sing on the stage. It's that adrenaline. It's those feelings that really keep us alive and enhance the human experience. So you got to step out of your comfort zone to really gain that confidence.
I love it. I love it. Listen, I said before, ANIYA, listen, everybody is looking at a young man. I still think I'm young. At a young man.
Yes, sir, you are. I am young.
That's right. I am young. I keep saying it. So, listen, everybody's listening to a young man, watching a young man. I said earlier before, I stuttered horribly as a child. I couldn't talk. I couldn't speak. Didn't know how I was going to have a job. Didn't know how I was going to live. Didn't have no hope. And now all I do is talk. And all I'm trying to do is give other people hope, to let them know that, listen, where you are is not where you're going to end up. But you have to, like you said, ANIYA, tell yourself, you have to talk to yourself now and tell yourself, I'm not going to stay where I'm at. There's something greater that's destined for my life. And you're going to have to deal with something, but that's okay. But listen, all I'm saying is you have to make up in your mind that I'm going to not stay where I'm at, but get to another place. Why? Because that's where I'm destined to be. So I am grateful. I am grateful because you talked about fear. And I said this before. So many times people let fear hold them back. All I did was, I lifted my hand and said, yes, I want my own show. Never did it before. But I'm telling you, look at me now. All I'm trying to be is an example, ANIYA, to somebody to say, listen, it doesn't matter about your track record. It doesn't matter what used to be or what never was. Let's start the new journey today. Let's start the new chapter.
I am now. What I am today. The power of I am.
That's right.
You're right.
That's right. The power of I am. And so this is all that we're trying to do with this show. And I got to give one more plug before we continue on. Now, listen, again, if you want to meet me and hear what I got to say, just to encourage this coming Saturday, June 30th, you can find all the information on calledtoinspire.org. Calledtoinspire.org. It's $5 to help to support our nonprofit. Listen, if you don't have $5, I'm not saying you can't come. Come on, listen. Bring me $1. Bring me $2. Bring me what you have. Listen, but it's all about encouraging. Come, and we just want to uplift and encourage everybody and let everybody know, listen, where you are is not where you're going to end up. It's not over. I'm going to say that again. It's not over. It's only the beginning. Mm-hmm. And let today be the beginning of your journey, of your next journey. And I'm telling you, once you break out of that fear, once you break out of those things that are holding you back, I'm telling you, you'll start to see some stuff. Things will begin, the doors will begin to open. I said earlier, listen, don't just walk through the door, but when you get in the door, start having a conversation with those in the room. Why? Because they're going to help you get to where you need to get to. So I'm excited tonight. ANIYA, I am so thankful. I know that you sacrificed. I want to thank your mother, your father, your entire family. I thank them for allowing you and supporting you to be on the show. I know you got to get up early in the morning to begin production on your first film, and I'm just so thankful that you took the time. You know, I saw you, I saw some of your social media, and you spending time with your family, so I thank you so much to count us worthy enough to take out of your night before your begin shoot in the morning to talk to us and talk to the world.
Oh, you are family, Mr. Troy. You are family. I'm just spending more time with my family. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate you. And listen, we know we're getting ready to come. We got a few more moments before we come to the close of our show. Are there any last words, or is there anything else that you want to share to the world that's going to watch this video, to those that are on the phone listening, that are calling in? Do you have anything else that you want to share to just encourage them and to just uplift them at this time?
Mm-hmm. If you're in, yeah, for sure. And what you said about, if you're in a difficult time right now, it's time to start your next journey. Yes. It's really just continuing your journey. You know, in the book, there's always like this difficult time. You know, the character in the story, and I go off of this just because I'm a filmmaker, so I'm constantly reading screenplays and stories, and I see like the connection between, fantasy and real life. Yes. And the story would be so boring if it was just trophies all the time, Right. It was all positives and good. And you just kind of, after the movie is done, you just sit back and like, what did I take from this? Like, you're yawning, you're bored, like, it feels like a waste of time. Wow. So if you're in a difficult spot right now, oh my God, when you get your trophy, it's just going to make it so much more. Whatever your trophy is, it'll be so much more worth it. Please stick through it. Think about the people, think about like what you want to do. Think about that voice in your head that's stopping you, and continue on, because I can't wait to see your trophy. You can't wait to hold your trophy and feel it. So, just don't stop. This time in your life is very temporary when you look at the grand scheme of things.
There is more. Thank you, ANIYA. I thank you so much. Listen, everybody, I'm telling you, follow ANIYA WOLFE, teen film director. She's here shooting in Philly. She's going to be heading back to L.A. to finish up and do some more projects out there. I am just so thankful, ANIYA, that you took the time out to come on the show. Before I let you go, listen, everybody, again, Hamilton Radio. Follow Hamilton Radio on Facebook. If you want to advertise on the show, email admin@hamiltonradio.net. admin@hamiltonradio.net. Listen, I need you to advertise. If you want to advertise on my show, listen, email admin@hamiltonradio.net. I'm telling you, the show is growing, the audience is growing, and I'm telling you, we're about to go some places we ain't never been before. ANIYA, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I'm so grateful, and I so appreciate you. I thank you. I love you. I love your family, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone taking the time to listen. This was really fun.
Thank you, ANIYA. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Listen, how much time we got left, Ruben and Monk? How much time we got left? How we doing? We good? All right. Listen, everybody, I thank you all. Every Monday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., Inspiration with Troy Alexander. Listen, don't miss it. Next week is going to be phenomenal. We're going higher and higher. We're bringing more guests in. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss Inspiration with Troy Alexander. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you, and I'll see you next Monday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.